Welcome to episode number 11 of Beesler's Book Buzz. I'm Jeff Beesler, author of science fiction, fantasy, and horror. And it's been a wild week, so I'm just going to get right into it. And this week, thanks to a couple of events that happened, I am going to focus on something called building character. And because, well, one event just happened like a few hours ago was somebody came onto one of my posts and posted one of those graphic images files, uh, and they were making it out to make me seem like I was like something I'm not, and I thought that was rather inappropriate of them. So I blocked the file, blocked the person, hid their comment because it was unnecessary, but it did get me to think about what kind of character that I have, and and this is already kind of fresh on my mind because the fact is that the day before yesterday, Sunday, somebody showed me their character in a way that, you know, made me finally open my eyes to patterns that have been there all along. And patterns is one of the things I want to talk about with the whole uh, writing theme because when you build a character, when you have patterns, habits, rituals that help shape the kind of character that is. And this person has had lots of patterns, and I just was, for the longest time, um, had my blinders on, see no evil kind of thing. Yeah. So, yeah, so when you're building character and storytelling, you want to take a good look at, the patterns, like find out who they are. This is like when you're outlining a character for a story, you want to look at their day-to-day life. Not all this is going to be coming into the story, but you want to have a good sense of who your character is. And so you look at what they do in day-to-day life. Do they like sports? Do they have hobbies? Who are their friends? Who are their family? Because lots of things shape a person's character. Like the time of day they shower, do they shower in the morning? Do they shower at night? Do they read books in bed? Do they watch TV in bed? Do they even watch TV at all? Do they go out and go dancing or working out at the gym? And there's so many aspects in life that forge these patterns that help to shape its character. And of course, one of the biggest things that defines the characters are their actions, as the past couple days have shown me in real life settings. So, yeah. So, when you're building a character, you want to take a look at these things. You want to make sure that you're building it up. Sorry, just trying to get my caffeine kicking in. I'm like on my second Dr. Pepper in the morning, and I only had my first one like an hour ago. And I've been getting, I got good sleep last night, but the night before I just tossed and turned. So I'm still trying to ease my way into my day. It's my day off from work, that sort of thing. But the fact that it only takes me 2 sodas at least for the energy to go flying, that plays into this character thing a little bit. So yeah. And one of my patterns was like how I've talked about it on the uh, book buzz before, that I had a hard time posting new videos, new content on the first Tuesday of every month on Substack. It was something that took me a while to get into, I'm trying to build up good habits, regular habits. Tuesdays are becoming easier because I can get these videos done. And if I sit down and write, and I recently have actually been scheduling out blocks of writing time for me that I need to sit down and do these things. I almost treat it like, you know, schedule for like the day job kind of thing. So, and I choose hours that don't impact other aspects of my life, like the work and family, that sort of thing. And make myself get into the habit of, you know, working on the writing, working on the business aspect of it, just, trying to build myself up and build up my own, character aspect in real life, as opposed to the novel, but the same premise applies. You develop the patterns, you keep the patterns coming, and if you ever have a break in the pattern, you get back up and do it all again. And as far as the characters and the stories go, if they have a break in their pattern, that can add to some tension in the story because the character is like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, and something, trips them up, and now they have to reevaluate everything. So, yeah. But I just wanted to touch bases a little bit about building character because it was only the most obvious thing I needed to talk about this week after everything that went down in the offline aspect and the one aspect that was online. So it's, yeah, character is important, integrity is important, that sort of thing. So, and the only other thing I got to say as far as, there's wasn't really much literary news I was paying attention to this past week. I mean, it's getting to be the summer months and things are going to be warming up. I've got like 90-degree weather coming soon in my neck of the woods. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for this week. I'm still working on reading this one. I actually made good progress on Terrified yesterday with 55 pages read. I usually read mostly just ebooks these days, and it's usually just like a chapter a day. And I really couldn't tell you how many pages that would be in the ebook, even though if you tap on the Kindle app, which I have on my phone, uh, you can go to, make it so what page number you're on and that sort of thing. But I just go like how many minutes are left in the book and that sort of thing. So I don't pay attention to my page counts and pages read, that sort of thing, which I need to. But yeah, okay. So that's pretty much what I had about building characters today. Character is very important. Characters are what fuel our stories. Having integrity means, doing things that, you know, you might not always be comfortable with, that the character might not always be comfortable with, but you patterns emerge and people can see those patterns and decide for themselves whether you have the integrity or you know somebody who they want to keep around, whether it's in the story or it's in the book, it's on TV, it's in real life. Everybody can choose, make their own decision about whether people have character or not. So, and that's about it. So, anyhow, thanks for joining in on the Beesler's Book Buzz. I'll be back next week with a new episode, and yeah, just keep the pattern going, I guess. Anyhow, thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day. Bye bye.